Hello, today I'm going to show you how to make some really cute earrings that are very easy to make, and I'm using the scraps from my other projects. So this little container, I've just collected scraps from lots of different projects I've had, and I've just been putting them in this container, things that have fallen to the table or just little things over time. And I'm going to show you how easy it is to use those so you're not wasting them. I'm going to be using UV resin, and I've put the UV resin in the mold about halfway full. And then I'll take my toothpick and move it around. But you want to make sure that UV resin is covering the entire bottom. Just like that. And make sure it's behind that little place where it makes your jump ring hole as well. So then you're just going to take the scraps. I like to get some resin on my toothpick and then pick it up that way. It makes it really easy. And you're just going to fill this mold with all these little pieces. So this contains some blue glass glitter, and then it contains like little different pieces of flowers from different projects, and I have even a little bit of gold foil that had fallen to the table as well. I decided not to use the yellow flower in this earring. What I did is I used the flowers first, and then for the background I've torn up some of the gold foil in this container, and I've put it, laying it directly on the flowers, so it's like the background, because the front of the earring will be at the back of this mold. So now I'm going to place some of this gold foil. Just very gently place it so it doesn't get in front of the flowers. And I'm not going to cover the whole back. That would make the UV light have a hard time getting to cure the resin, but also because I just think it looks cute this way. I wanted you to be able to see through the earring and parts of it. And then I'll do the same thing on this part to make them match. And so for this one, I wanted to use some of the yellow flowers. So this will be slightly different, but they still look similar. Again, filling the mold only about halfway full. This is such a great way to use your scraps, and I make earrings like this on purpose sometimes anyway, without using scraps. So this is just a great way to use these. You can do a lot of different color combinations and put just a lot of different little pieces, like any type of little thing that you have, this works with. So once I've got the yellow flowers in there, I'm going to go ahead and add some of these other pieces in. And instead of, just wiping the table and clean and dumping whatever you have in the trash, this is a great way to reuse that, because we know that these little things that we use for our projects are not cheap. And just fill the mold up, and you can add any type of foil or anything you want to the background. I love putting yellow in resin. I just love that color. I think it makes it more like have a happy feel. So I chose to do that in this pair. And then this is the gold foil that I'm just using. I'm tearing it and then putting it in there as the background. These turned out really, really cute. I can't wait for you to see the result. And this is very beginner friendly. There's not a lot of hard technique. You're just putting the things in there. Again, fill it about halfway full and just add whatever you want in there. See how I've almost used all these scraps already? This is such a good way to use these. And when you're doing enough resin projects, you'll end up with a ton of these little clear packages. It's a great way to reuse these as well. Do the same thing with this one, and then put it under the UV light for 2 to 3 minutes. Flip it over while it's in the mold. Do another 2 minutes, and then take them out. So I'm going to put these on the table. And you notice we didn't fill the rest of the way up with resin. That's because I don't want to clean it up with sanding or anything. So to avoid that, this is how I do it. Take it out of the mold. especially with UV resin, it gets way harder, way quicker than epoxy resin. It's harder to clean up. So with this, I take it out of the mold and there'll be a divot, almost like a little bowl in there, which helps you keep the resin in. I'm just putting this on the back of one of my silicone stud molds. I just flipped it over, and then I put the UV resin on it, and I'm just going to dome it in one step. So you're finishing the earring, but you're also giving it a doming effect. Just very gently push it to the edges with your toothpick, and then your earring's finished. You don't have to worry about cleaning it up. It's a perfect way to finish off the project. You could do this with so many different earrings that you're making. It just makes it so much easier. Then take your UV light and, well, pop the bubbles with your lighter and take your UV light for 1 to 2 minutes until it's cured completely. And then I like to just go ahead and put them all under there for another minute or two just to make sure. Put your jump ring through the hole. In my set, this is the largest jump ring in the set. And then put your earring hook through the jump ring, and then you have a finished earring. Look how pretty they are, just from our scraps that we had. So this is the display cards I usually use. And just put your earrings through the holes and use your rubber backing. I don't like to use the metal backings that irritate my ears, and I feel like the rubber backings do so much better with dangles anyway. So I always use the rubber backs on any of my earrings that I'm selling, and they're easier to apply. Look how pretty those are. And then just continue doing that with each of your earrings. And I'll show you the finished product. So that's the medium sized. Here's the small one. And here's the little tiny triangles. They all turned out so cute. I have a ton more videos on my channel if you want to check those out. And if you like this, please give me a like and subscribe, and let me know how you liked it in the comments, and have a blessed day.